Hey everyone, so what I want to go through today are some of the recommended WordPress plugins that I recommend that I have installed on my site, which help me with some with SEO, some with advertising, some with converting leads into traffic, a whole bunch of different things here. But these are the core ones that I've gone through and that are essentially the best for the particular area where they work in. So the two at the top here are AMP, Accelerated Mobile Pages. So what these plugins do is they format your website to work with Google's new mobile specific format called Accelerated Mobile Pages. And these are kind of like Facebook instant articles in that if you have an AMP formatted page and you search on Google for whatever the topic is, your page, when it shows up, has a little bolt icon beside it. And what that means is it loads almost instantly. Essentially what it does, it strips out a lot of the formatting, makes it load within, a matter of like half a second, really ridiculously quickly. But the really cool thing is Google really, really likes this formatting. So if you were ranking, the bottom of the first page and none of your competitors have accelerated mobile pages installed and you install it, there's a very good chance you're going to move up that page, maybe even 5 or 6 ranks almost instantly, because Google really prefers this versus just a standard mobile web page. It loads much faster, gives a much better user experience, and it's really easy. Basically, you just install these two plugins. The first one is a plugin created by these two brothers. And essentially what it does allows you to edit your formatting and optimize the page for your brand. The second plugin here is created by WordPress. That's basically the foundational primer that allows you to actually activate the Accelerated Mobile Pages plugin. When you install both, it doesn't really affect your website at all other than the mobile aspect of things. So I would install and then do a little bit of testing to make sure that it all works. If you're using a drag and drop builder or something for your page, it may not be compatible, so you may have to look at some workarounds there, or just be okay with there being a couple pages that aren't accelerated mobile pages optimized. Kind of like with our site, all of our front end pages aren't, but all of our blog posts are, which is totally fine because our blog posts rank for relevant keywords, and that's the way we want it to be. The second plugin here, Advanced Ads. So if you're doing any type, or if you have any type of products or something that you want to be able to advertise on your own site, Advanced Ads is really where you want to be. Where you want to be. So what this does is it injects ads in certain areas of your website. So say someone's on a blog page, they're reading through. Halfway down that blog, you can have a banner ad, like a 768 by 90 banner ad, appear in the middle of your content. Advertising, one of your new products, maybe you have an info product, or maybe you have, monthly recurring service. You can advertise that product in a banner ad. Then they get to the bottom of the page, they can have another banner ad at the bottom of the article there. And then all the way along, they can have something on the right-hand side advertising as well. You may even want to have something at the top. You can basically treat it as if you've created your own editorial website and you're allowed to control those ads in any way, shape, or form. What we tend to do is we do a in article ad. So in the middle of the article, we have an ad that shows up. And then we do an after article ad. So at the end of the article, another ad shows up. And we tend to make those two different. So with advanced ads, you can have them cycling through a bunch of different ads. So if you have multiple products, or you just have different ways of talking about it, different benefits you can portray, you can just have those cycle through and cycle through and cycle through. And with the magic of Google's UTM parameters, you can track what ads are driving the most traffic and conversion rates and things like that there. But it's a really great plugin, very, very, very basic, very, very low resource intensive. This fourth one here, so this is a paid plugin, but beacon.by, there's actually a bunch of different plugins that do exactly what this does as well. I got it on AppSumo deal, and it's one that I recommend because it is so cheap, and it's a one-time fee. Basically what Beacon does is it takes your blog posts and allows you to create really awesome PDF lead magnets out of them that are really well designed in a matter of minutes. So literally you can, you publish your blog post, everything's great. Open up Beacon, search the blog post, And in a matter of seconds, you can select it, say, okay, here's the template that I want to use for the design. And you just go in, make a few edits to make the formatting right, and click save, export to PDF, and then you have your PDF ready to go. It's really, really quick, really, really easy. And it's a great way to create content upgrades and things like that, where you may have that extra little section that you held back for your content upgrade. You just have to open up Beacon, open up the article, paste in your extra section, save that as a PDF, and automatically you have your lead magnet ready to go. So it saves a lot of hassle with design and things like that, especially with services like Design Pickle and things like that. We use a few of those, and none of them really do long form 8-page lead magnet design, because it gets really intensive. But Beacon allows us to create lead magnets in a matter of minutes, where we don't really have to worry about design. The formatting's always great. So it's an awesome plugin to take a look at there. Push Crew is also one that is a paid service. Essentially what this is it's real-time browser push notifications. So like you may get a push notification from a mobile app that you download, this allows you to send push notifications to Chrome and Firefox browsers in real time. So maybe you have a new blog post that comes out, you can immediately send a push notification to everybody who's opted in. And it's much lower barrier than trying to get an email from someone. So what we've found in most sites where we're getting 10 or 15 emails a day, we're getting 20 to 50 people to opt in with Push Crew to accept push notifications. The only little caveat there being it does have to be a newer browser, so it does have to be Chrome or Firefox or a browser that actually supports push notifications. So if your audience is older and they tend to use Internet Explorer, they tend to use Safari or one of the default browsers, you may not have the best opt-in rate here. But in reality, the ability to send someone a real-time notification is very significant and allows you to do a lot of things that are sales related as well as content promotion related. So I highly recommend you check it out. It's free for up to 500 subscribers, and then it's a very low monthly fee after that. But it's very, very effective. Very, very, very effective. So this weird looking one, Q2 W3 fixed widget. This does one very particular thing, and there's the reason why I love it so much, is it takes all of the coding hassle out of making a widget sticky on the right-hand sidebar or on the left-hand sidebar. So you'll notice on our site, hand side widget right here, SEO-driven content marketing for tech startups and entrepreneurs, and you'll notice that as you scroll down, it scrolls with you. That's literally all that this plugin does, and that's the reason why I love it so much. It becomes very simple, and basically what it is on the back end is it's just a widget that you put any code or any image or whatever you want into, as you would with a text widget. But then it allows you to set the settings for where you want it to stick. So I can say I want it to stick on the right hand side. I want it to have like a 40 pixel buffer there for my header bar and everything else to be able to show up, and it allows you to get that up and running really, really quickly and easily. I absolutely adored it as a result of that. And it's free, so it's great. This one, Revive Old Post. Basically what Revive Old Post does is it takes old articles that you've created and it just posts it out to whatever social channel is relevant. It used to only do Twitter, now it does Facebook and other things as well. So you may have old content there, and in reality, once that content's been created, maybe 2 weeks later, you've basically stopped promoting it on social media. What this does is it just rehashes that old content. For us, we have it set up every day. It'll find some old piece of content that is over 2 weeks old, and it'll share it for us on Twitter, on our Facebook page, on StumbleUpon, on a whole bunch of different social channels. There's a premium option which allows you to get access to all those channels, but if you just want Twitter, and I believe there's a couple other restrictions there, you can just go with the default plugin there, and it works fine. Basically, it's an easy way to do promotion of your old content where you don't really have to actively be thinking about it. It'll just do it for you. And it's really good about making sure the image shows up in your tweet and all that stuff. So phenomenal plugin to have there. WordPress editorial calendar. This is great if you do a lot of content, which is the whole purpose of the program. But if you're creating a lot of content, WordPress editorial calendar literally just gives you a calendar that appears in WordPress, but it shows and it maps out when articles are supposed to be published. And it also allows you to go in there and make sure that you're managing your entire calendar correctly. So if you have a weekly publishing period, you can make sure that for the next 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, you have an article ready to publish every single week. We also use it for the ability to plan as well, because you can click add new draft and put in the topic, so that that's a placeholder for the article that should go live, and you can plan out your entire calendar around this plugin, and it's free as well. WP Smush It. This is a very simple plugin. All it does is it takes the images that you upload and it tries to optimize them. It's not amazing, meaning if you try and upload a 10 megabyte image, it's not going to magically create a 100 kilobyte image that loads really, really fast, but it's going to try. And it works pretty well in the free version. If you get the paid version, that's where it really unlocks the power, where you can get away with uploading very, very large images, and it'll resize it for you to make sure that you're not having a very, very massive page load up on a mobile device. It's really, really good with that. So with this one in particular, if you don't want to deal with managing image optimization and all these other things that are really tedious, I'd pay for the premium version. I think it's 19 or 29 bucks a month, and it'll just save you all this hassle. And in addition to that, you also get access to a whole bunch of their other tools, they have like backup tools and all these other things included in the one monthly price. So if you don't want to deal with any of that and you want to also get a whole bunch of really awesome stuff, it's totally worth checking out. But even if not, install the free version and just let it do its optimization. But there are some pretty heavy benefits to going paid with this plugin, and it does save a lot of hassle and overhead. The final one here relates to the headline formulas and things like that, making sure your headline is always as optimized as it can be. This one's YoRocket. It's created by Brian Dean. Phenomenal little tool. Really all it does is when you're in the post page, it will tell you if your headline is optimized for the highest click-through rate possible. And it's going to give you a score between 0 and 100. It'll also tell you what specific areas you're missing, whether you're missing special characters, maybe you're missing an emotion word, or whatever the case there, it's going to tell you where you're going wrong. And there is some documentation that comes with it around how to fix those particular issues. But it's a phenomenal tool. I believe it's $29 a month, or you can buy an annual license, I believe. It's a great tool. Very simple, very easy to use. If you do struggle with headline creation and just how to make those headlines really powerful, this is going to be an awesome tool to help you get there. But that's an entire list of recommended WordPress plugins. These are the core that we always install for every new site. YoRocket, depending on just how easy or how hard the headlines are to create. But these are the core ones that we always install when we start with a new client. So I thought you guys would really like to take a look at these kind of behind the scenes of what we recommend, what we use.